Greetings to everyone. Good morning, all. So, last class we have discussed about the introduction of semiconductors and then preparation of semiconductors by using zone refining technique. Then, the other two techniques of preparation of semiconductors are Soralsky crystal pulling technique and doping. So, first coming to Soralsky crystal pulling technique. So here in Soralsky crystal pulling technique, we are going to study how single crystals of semiconductors are made. Whereas in zone refining, polycrystalline materials were uh, manufactured. Here, we are going to prepare single crystals. So single crystals of semiconductors are grown by crystal growth technique of Soralsky crystal pulling from the melt. So this is necessary because the material obtained by the above process is polycrystalline, that is by zone refining. This is necessary because, that means it contains only small crystals of irregular shape called as grains stuck together in random orientation separated by grain boundaries. So fabrication of most of the semiconductor devices require single crystals free from these defects. Okay? So there is a need of growing of single crystals also. So this method requires the seed crystals from which identical orientation and atomic arrangement are reproduced to obtain large single crystals. So as we know that for preparation of yogurt, what we do is we take curd, right, and dissolve that in milk, and then we keep it aside. So there, what happens on the next day, we get the so what we are doing, we are adding the seed crystal in it. Similarly, in this Soralsky crystal pulling technique also, we are going to take a seed crystal. Okay, that seed crystal will be of what we are going to prepare. Okay, that is silicon or germanium, anything. Right? So now the element to be grown is melted in quartz crucible by taking it to a high temperature furnace. Well-oriented seed crystal attached to a pulling rod is slowly lowered to touch the upper surface of the melt. Okay. So suppose there is a melt of silicon or germanium present inside. And what we are doing is we are putting a rod inside it, crystal rod, with a seed crystal upon it. Okay. If that seed crystal touches the melt, okay, now what happens, and it is rotated. Okay, the rod can be rotated. So the seed is rotated and simultaneously pulled up with a fixed speed after the thermal equilibrium is attained. Okay. So the melt is in contact with the seed, solidifies and produces the same orientation as the seed. Okay. So the diameter of the growing crystal is increased by skillfully forming wide neck to obtain large crystal ball. So the pull rate is kept at 1.5 to 5 centimeters per minute and the rotation speed is maintained at 100 rpm. Finally, the crystal ball is 5 centimeter in diameter. Okay. Now this is cut horizontally into thin wafers. Okay, using a rotating diamond wheel. See what we need. Okay, to cut the wafers of a semiconductor material. So these wafers are polished for mirror finish and for device fabrication. Okay, so you can see in this diagram we have a crucible here, and there is silicon which is heated. Okay, and then we have this seed crystal, that is the pulling rod, and then rotating is done. Okay, and then we have to pull the rod so that we get a single crystal of silicon. Okay, so this is how, yeah, here we have the single silicon crystal balls, and polished wafers. So this is how we prepare a single crystal of silicon using this Swarovski crystal filling technique. You can also name it as Czochralski crystal filling technique. Usually it is named as Swarovski crystal filling technique. Okay. Now the next method is doping. So all of you know what is doping. So we add impurities in the semiconductor material. So that is done again by three methods. Okay. So first is by epitaxy, second is by diffusion, and third is by ion bombardment. So first, epitaxy. So, a thin layer of doped semiconductor is deposited onto a substrate of single crystal silicon or germanium grown by pulling technique. Okay. So, the volatile compounds of dopant elements are introduced into a tubular quartz reactor where substrate wafers of silicon or germanium are kept in refractory graphite. So, if I say all these things, you won't get understood. Okay. So simple thing is, if you take a wafer and eat it, right? We take wafers and eat. What is present there? You have a broad matrix. Upon it, you have some cream, and then upon it again wafer. Or you can take an example of sandwich also. So you have a bread piece. Upon it, you have all the salads placed along with creams, cheese, whatever, and then again a bread piece is kept about that. So similarly, this is nothing but called as epitaxy. So you are growing a matrix of silicon over another germanium or silicon on germanium or germanium on silicon. Similarly, a matrix has been prepared. So this doping is done by using phosphine here, and p-type doping is done by Dalbury. Okay. So the deposited material must have the structure of the lattice parameters close to that of the substrate. So silicon epitaxy layer is formed by using silicon tetrachloride in a mixture of hydrogen and nitrogen gas. So if you just remember the technique, then you can write down what it means. Okay? Then coming to the diffusion. So you all know what is diffusion. A small area of semiconductor material is converted into doped region by diffusion of suitable dopant element into the crystal lattice at a high temperature close to its melting point. So the extent of impurity atom penetration can be controlled to less than a millionth of a centimeter by controlling the concentration of the dopant atoms and temperature. So this diffusion process is very much influenced by influenced by the temperature and the concentration of the dopant atoms. Okay. And then the last method is ion implantation or ion bombardment. You can say anything. So a beam of high energy ions of dopant element like boron or phosphorus is bombarded with a semiconductor wafer at high voltage of 10 kilo electron volts. So this results in implantation of dopant atoms into the lattice of the semiconductor precisely at the desired spot. Okay. So if I say you to say in archery, what they do, they just see the spot. So on that particular spot only, they have to uh, do the archery, right? Similarly, they have to throw the arrow, right? Similarly, if we say that this particular type of semiconductor material, on this only we have to place the dopant. Then for that, this ion implantation technique can be used. So easy control of dopant concentration at a specific area of the material is possible with this method. So also the process temperature is relatively low, and deep or shallow regions of required penetration depth can be obtained for fabrication of high frequency devices. So this doping technique as we learned till now, epitaxy or diffusion or ion implantation, anything can be done depending upon what we require. Okay, so depending upon what things we require, right? So this is about Soralski crystal pulling technique and doping technique. Okay, thank you.